Night after the weekend. Hope everyone had a great weekend and happy new beginning of June. As I come to you tonight, we're going to start off since no one's here. Hi, Janet. You was right here. We're going to start off, Janet. I'm going to go say the pledge and play the music, and I'll be right back. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again, just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt of it. God bless the USA.
God bless the USA. Proud to be an American. I think we all are. I know on the call we had the other day, on Friday, we did it early. We had a lot of new people. I think we had 11 new people join us the other day. My granddaughter was one of them. She had a blast doing the show, which I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a moment. But she really had a good time. I want to talk a little bit about tomorrow. Don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't. We don't do shows on Tuesday, but I have to babysit the Super Gymnast and the Little Monkey and Patriot 7, and they want to do a show. She had a good time being part of it. When we sat around for 10 minutes after the show was over and just answered questions and things like that, she was amazed at the comments and the love that you people showed for me and Ron and the love you were showing for her. So probably around 11 Central Time tomorrow, we're going to do a 30 to 45 minute show. May not even be that long. I don't know, because I don't see anything jumping out at us right now that's going to make it something that we need to do. But I do want to talk to the kids. I got a very nice message, actually two of them in the last 2 days, from Jim, Super Jimmy's dad, Renee's husband, and they're still hurting. They're still struggling, but they're starting to get along better. And, you know, as much as we all wish Renee was still with us, she's not, and it hurts, but we got to be strong for them. He sent me a very nice picture of the family sitting at the countertop, and it was good to see them doing things together. Patriot 11, I have not heard from him, but I know well, I'm hoping he's okay. I'm hoping Grandma and Grandpa and the family is okay.
And I think they're going to try something a little different, maybe a little tweak, because
then
before the game he said, I'll be better able to tell.
Then we have Patriot Karate Kid and Patriot Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and strong. And I have a belief that his stories will last for a long, long time. They're two tremendous kids with a mother that's got the heart of an angel. Patriot Princess, our queen, and Patriot Hunter, her brother. I'm sure that they're playing ball now and doing what they're supposed to be doing, as most kids are. You know, when I was playing Little League many years ago, me and Patriot Diane with two N's won't tell you how many years ago things like that were, but it was many years ago. We were just starting our seasons. This is his last week before All-Stars, and well, before the tournament and then All-Stars. And I'll get to him in a minute, but they play too many games in my eyes, and what's even worse, they don't teach the kids. The coaches try, but a lot of the coaches are honeydews. Honey, I'll coach our kids because you say I need to do so. You try to help them, and they listen, they don't listen. But the umpiring is... We lost a game Saturday because... Listen to this, Princess. We lost the game Saturday because we had the lead. They had the bases loaded and 2 out. Ground ball hit to our shortstop, and just before our shortstop was getting ready to field the ball, flipped a second for the 3rd out. The kid not only run over our shortstop, which prevented him from fielding it, the ball also hit him. So not only was he out once, he was out twice, and the umpire didn't call it. And when we asked him about it, the umpire had the nerve and audacity to look at me and tell me I didn't know what I was talking about. Nope. 25 to 30 years of umpiring, I guess I don't understand how to umpire a game. But it is what it is. This is supposed to be a learning league for them, and they're not learning nothing. Then we have little Leona and little Elan, two sweetheart little girls. Matter of fact, Lelan, her grandma was having a big sale this week. Advertisement all over the place. Don't know how it went. It's because her mom had passed away recently, great-grandma. And then we have Boogie, Boogs, Boogaloo, and Boogaroo, John's grandchildren, and tremendous kids. The oldest one is growing way too fast, and the youngest one is getting way too big. Which takes us to my grandkids. And I do want to take a moment. I know in our area, all the kids are out of school now. Friday was the last day of school for the school that I went to when I was younger, which means it was the last day of school for small Hank, who I have no idea where he disappeared to today, but they're gone, which allowed me to do some things at home. Little Kira, she will be going soon to that checkup. She has to go every 6 months to a checkup for when she was a baby, and she was very sick. I no longer am a babysitter other than a day here and a day there, but when they go back to school next fall, if they go back to school next fall, and that is a very, very big if, but then again, who knows with the way they're dragging their feet, and I'll discuss that in another show. The little monkey is in kindergarten, and we'll see what happens. Patriot 7, I was talking to you about his ball games, and he's having a very good year. He was named to the All-Star team the other night. He was very, very happy, but they need to get their things together, and I'd love to work with these kids for about 2 weeks. I really would, because I'm dedicated when it comes to things like that. They aren't now, but they have good coaches. We do. We have a team that has good coaches. They just don't have the time. They're younger gentlemen. They got to work. Me, when I was younger, I had to work, but I still give them the time. By going and picking them up if they couldn't make practice. If they couldn't make games, I'd pick them up. I drove a van, and they never had an excuse they couldn't get to practice or they couldn't get to a game because I was willing to pick them up. No one's ever bad at baseball. It's a fun game if you give it a chance, everybody. Smashy, if you give it a chance, And then we have Patriot Super Gymnast, who I've already talked about. She had a blast last week, and she wanted me to pass on thank you for everyone who complimented her. But kids, enjoy your summer. We don't know if it's going to be a regular summer or if it's going to be an extended summer, but we will talk about that as more information comes out. Our president has the opportunity to do what needs to be done. Whether he does or not is remaining to be seen. But I want to wish all of you kids a great summer, a great new month, and enjoy it. Be kids. Don't get on cell phones. Don't get on tablets. Don't get on computers. Get out and enjoy. Play. Teach yourself new games. Ask your mom and dad if they remember hide and seek, if they remember games that they used to play when they was a kid. Trouble is most of you kids your age you are now, they don't. Princes, ask grandma. I'm sure she remembers hide and seek and things like that. She remembers, you can go play, yeah, you can go to the neighbor's house and play, you can go down the street and play. You better be in a house, in the yard when the street lights go on. And that was, we didn't have a lot of rules, but boy, that was one that they really, really went after. So that has to do all I got for the kids tonight. Just remember that this show is not intended for children. Every now and then I slip up and I say something I shouldn't, so I say that, but you can watch it if you have permission from your parents, grandparents, or legal guardian. So that being said, the music played tonight, we have no legal rights to it all. We have no legal rights to it at all, and we play it just because it's something we enjoy. It's kind of our theme song, the same way it is for the hat. And we just go from there. So that does it for the kids. And where are we at? Well, here's something I thought was very interesting today. I got this from one of our people, and it was on X. It's a picture of a bunch of gold bars, and I was thinking, oh, they're going to say how much gold has went up, but what it says is on Thursday, June 5, 2025, the Big N and Big G will be officially throughout the world. The countdown is on. They are saying here that on June 5, the Big N and Big G will be official throughout the world. It kind of got me a little excited. What does it do for you guys? Sabrina, do you like that idea? Jocelyn, your new dad, you guys like that? I thought it was pretty good. Something else that she sent me, it says martial law will begin on the day 11th. That day is the 11th of June, 2025. So that means we're 9 days away. So that's a couple things that she sent me. I got other things that I looked up and that Ron found for me and other people found for me, but I have to see if I can find these things. Before I go any further, I owe somebody a song. I'm not a singer, I'm not a good singer, but I try. And today is Patriot Diane with 2N's birthday. I'm sure she's not on tonight, but she always watches the show, so I want to wish Patriot Diane with 2N's a very happy birthday. I got a message last night at 12:05 that it was her birthday, and I started messaging her then. I started letting people know on all of our sites that it was her birthday, and I know my Facebook page and other pages was full of happy birthday, Diane. And tomorrow night will be Bruce and the Tiny Call, and featuring Sue and Bob, and a special appearance with Bruce. Bruce graces us usually with 5 to 6 minutes of a 2-hour show. I'm being very sarcastic there, but today is her birthday, so happy birthday, Diane. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Diane. Happy birthday to you. And I know your age, but I'm not going to tell anybody. As all women like to say, they're 29 or 39 or... I could be a smart ass and say, are all of them put together? But I'm not going to be. I hope you're having a great day. I really do. Diane is a godsend. She's one of the most loving women you'll ever meet, you'll ever get a chance to talk to. So, hi, Mike Davis. Good to see you on here. So that's where we're at with that. I do have a couple of things I want to talk about, and a couple of people have posted some things that I can't say I've been the happiest in the post and that, but a lot of people on our show here, they really, really like Wolverine. And Wolverine is a guy who, he comes on and I really don't know how to say what I want to say. I'm going to be very kind. He's a very nice man. But right now it just seems to me like Wolverine only comes on because he needs the attention. I was always raised out of sight, out of mind. And when I say he needs the attention, we as patriots, whether you're new to the show, whether you're new to being patriots, whatever it is, you're always looking for the show that you can relate to, that you can put your trust in a person. I'd like to say that they're not going to blow smoke up your rear end, but we all do, because see, when we get the information, myself, when I get the information. When I just read what Patriot Savior sent to me about, I told you the gold bars and about the 5th. I told you about martial law will begin on the 11th, this 11th of this month. I believe this to be true because I believe in her. We wouldn't have this show without Patriot Savior. I would have given up a long time ago. When I talk about other things that I talk about, I believe it to be true. I don't tell you this just to fill in the show so I can sit here in front of you guys and talk. Because believe me, I'm not one that really cares to sit here and talk. I would much rather talk face to face. But I do this to try to build up everybody's spirits and keep them on a high level. But I also, when I believe in something, for the 18 years that Ron and me have been involved in this, when someone comes and literally says they don't believe it to be true, it really bothers me. And last night, it was late and my phone is still acting up. I have no idea what's going on. I don't have no idea why my new phone isn't here and why it isn't fixed up and I can actually do something with my phone. But last night I stayed up a little late on my phone. I haven't been staying up late using my phone. I've been watching TV or walking or doing some exercising. But last night I went into Telegram, and I hadn't been to the Chosen One for a while, and I went to the Chosen One, and I found a video. Or no, I'm sorry, I went to our site on Telegram, Patriots5 Forever. And I went there, and there was a video with Wolvie. I thought, you know what? I'm going to watch it. Maybe Wolvie's got some information. He hasn't said nothing for a while. Maybe he's got some information that we can listen to here. And I started to listen. I mean, you know exactly what Wolvie's going to say when he first comes on. He's going to be, "Hi, guys. How you doing, guys? It's Wolvie, guys." Well, duh. And then he starts talking about we're close. He thinks there's going to be some really, really good information. But he makes a statement. And this is not me cutting somebody else down. This is a statement he made that really upset me. He makes a statement. There's a lot of people out there. A lot of people out there that don't think this can happen until the war's in the 4 countries that's going at it. 2 in one place and 2 in another. Until they end. And he says, I don't believe that to be true. Which me and Ron have always said, we don't know if the wars have to be over. But we know they do have to be over before we go into the big N and the big G. But he says he doesn't believe it to be true that everything can happen. Everything can happen. He says, right point blank, he comes out and he makes the statement, we'll never live in a world where there's no wars. Then why is 209 countries all signed a treaty stating that when we go to the big N and the big G, there will be no wars? There will be no wars when we go to this. That's exactly what they say. And he literally come out last night and said, evidently he doesn't believe in the big N and big G. And then he started mumbling some things about money that I had no clue what he was saying. But what I want to say here is 209 nations marks the beginning of the greatest financial transition in modern history. Behind closed doors, an unprecedented military coordinated operation is unfolding. The revolution of currencies like the Iraq dinar, Vietnamese dong, Zimbabwe zim is no longer speculation. It is happening, and the world is about to witness the birth of a new fair, gold-backed financial system under the big G. But it also states that in order to have this, we can have no wars. But he states we'll never live in a war. What happens in the Bible when it says we will come to a point where for 1,000 years there will be no wars? Everybody has off days, and I'm just assuming Wolvie was having one of those off days. Because, you know, he's prides himself on, he gets information from the top, from the high ups. The high ups. Last night he says, I'm getting it from the high ups. The high ups, the real high ups. The high ups. I don't believe he does. If he does, our high ups are not very smart, because last week he was telling us what's going to happen last week. The week before, he was almost in tears because it was going to happen the week before. And I don't say anything about that. We're all being told it's going to happen, and it's going to happen soon. But I do believe the wars will end. But see, here's what I don't understand. And Sabrina, you're the only name up there I can see. I know Janet. Janet's here. Mike Davis is here. It's going to happen, but if 209 countries have signed this pact for the big N and the big G, and only 4 of them is not corresponding, why don't we just go to them 4 countries, the other 205 countries, and say, okay, you want to have war, you're going to have it against all of us, against you. We can put a stop to this. But they choose not to. What happened to our president being smarter if he's playing chess? You know, well, here's the thing. They always say if he's playing chess, he's smarter than 10 people. He can play chess against 10 different people. And if he does, he's 10 moves ahead of everyone. Well, why don't he quit playing chess and get the United States and the world where we're supposed to be? You know, last Friday, my granddaughter was really impressed. She was really impressed when there was a person on here from Canada and said they can't wait for Canada to be the 51st state. I've heard they're 51st, Mexico's 52nd, and they've talked about other things. But I don't know. But isn't that where you can put all your eggs in one basket when everybody joins together? And if we go to the big N and big G, or not if we go, when we go to the big N and the big G, 195 countries, what? Trey Smith, what do you mean by 195 countries? If it's about what I'm talking about, I'm reading right here where it says 209 nations. I've got it right here on my screen, my other one. But it doesn't matter. 195, 209, 487. I don't care. Everybody has agreed to this. Everybody has signed this. And if it goes into effect this month within the next, what did I say when I first came on? The 5th? Somewhere in there? Then we're going to find out. But see, what people don't understand is what it's going to do. For decades, global currencies were manipulated to serve the few countries were trapped in cycles of debt with the wealth extracted through central banks and flat deceptions. That ends now. The treaty signed unlocks a prosperity fund meant to finance humanitarian projects worldwide. Schools, hospitals, humanitarian, clean water, housing, and restoration. But it doesn't stop there. A wealth retribution program will ensure that every individual on earth receives a share, not just countries, but people. Everyone in the world will receive a share and be financially set. To add to this, I will say what they do with their share and what they decide to do is up to them. That's why I believe they need people like us that when they come into this newfound wealth, they can look at each other and they can say, hey, we have to be careful. That's why instead of a lump sum, they should be giving it out in a monthly or yearly thing. If someone is going to get $12 million, and I'm just saying that, I don't know what they're getting, but if someone's getting $12 million to give them a lump sum, there's still going to be evil people out there that's going to try to scam people. But if you get 1 million for 12 years or 500,000 for 24 years, it's a lot harder to go through that money. And what does anybody out there need more than $500,000? And I'm just using this as my thing. The Stellar Network is a heart of it, designed to bank the unbanked. It opens access to secure digital wallets, even in the most remote corners of the world. This is not financial reform. It is economic liberation, with stellar individuals no longer needed permission from corrupted systems to participate in the global economy. At the center of this is a silent military alliance. These operations are not speculative. They are strategic. Military units are now overseeing the logistics of the security and data coordination of the RV rollout. Secure transport of physical currency protects financial institutions, and quantum level fraud prevention systems are already in motion. All of this is being done in tandem with international regulations to ensure lawful transitions. Training has been underway for months. Financial authorities, central bank whistleblowers, and white hats insiders are guiding the shift. Military intelligence teams are tracking illicit money flows and freezing cabal assets as we speak. What comes next is beyond economics. It is spiritual. This is not just a currency reset. It is a liberation of a planet held hostage by invisible debt. The revolution is the key that unlocks the full launch of Big G. Big G is the final blow to the system that enslaved humanity. Watch carefully. Everything is aligned. The RV is real. The operation is active. The plan is unfolding. Prepare to receive. Sunday, 1 June 2025. QFS accounts have been activated worldwide, and there is no turning back. Quantum financial systems on Telegram. So what that tells me, if these systems have been activated, we cannot turn back. We cannot, walk away. It's going to happen, guys. What we have been waiting for, what we have been getting excited for is here. And we have to take it and we have to run. Okay, Trey, thank you. The old system is disintegrating as banks collapse in real time. Payment giants are stripped of power, and corrupt financial elites are being dragged to military tribunals and GIT with a Mo on it. This is not speculation. This is happening, operating under military control, and everything you knew about money, credit, and ownership is being rewritten from the ground up. The banks are falling right now. We were never victims. Okay, the banks falling right now were never victims. They were the engine of the global explosion. Deutsche Bank, HSBC, JP Morgan, names that laundered trillions for the cabal are being neutralized with precision. Executives are being removed, their wealth seized, and their crimes archived as evidence for tribunals that are already underway behind closed doors. This isn't economic chaos, it's strategic warfare. The days of Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, and Stripe exploiting humanitarian are ending. The QFS debit cards secured by biometric verification and quantum encryption are all replacing them primarily. No more fraud, no more hidden fees, no more theft disguised as banking. And beneath it all, the quantum internet is rising, a new infrastructure immune to hacking, censorship, or surveillance. Every QFS account is linked to the individual's owner biometric ID. Every transaction is instant, uncorrupted, and untraceable by the outside forces. If you haven't been notified yet, it's only a matter of time. Every human already has a QFS account tied to their national ID. Once the full system activates, you'll receive instructions on how to access it. Fiat currency is collapsing by design. The rainbow currency backed by gold and silver will become the only financial standard. Over 60 countries have already transitioned in silent ZIM bond redemption and underway, quietly, precisely, and every redeemed bond is fueling a humanitarian efforts that bypass the old corrupt system. But security is tight. NDAs are mandatory. Military guards, every redemption center, cabal infiltration attempted to have them being crushed in real time. Those trying to exploit the system are being detained and warned. Biometric scans and encrypted confirmation now decides your access. This is not about speculation anymore. It's about alignment. Leaks will not be tolerated. One slip in your file is closed permanently. Behind all of this, the alliance military operation have been raided. Secret values in London, Zurich, Hong Kong, receiving stolen gold and destroying the cash reserve that funded the old regime. Underground networks of child, trafficking, drug trades, and blackmail have been served. Big G is real. QFS is the infrastructure, and everything is moving faster than expected. South Africa is shifting from cabal rule to Jazara alignment. Iraq is preparing a currency revaluation backed on real gold, pushing the Middle East into the reset. The global power balance is changing before our eyes. This is the end of the control of the quantum financial age has arrived. The old system is dead. The wealth of the world is returning to the people. You have been chosen to witness it. Stay alert, stay silent, stay ready. The reset is active, and the transfer is live, and the future belongs to the awakened. Well, that was a lot to read, but I got through it. which is surprising. See what else we got here. Thank you, Mike. Oh, this is something I already have read. Let's see what the Restored Republic has to say today, the reading part, and we're going to call it a night. I do want to thank everybody. 91 people that showed up tonight. You know, we're not getting the big shows. We're getting a lot more people joining. And I thank everybody who's new. If you're new, you talk to Janet, Mike Davis, anybody here who has been here for a while. We do talk in a few code words. You might be wondering, if you're new, what the big N and big G is. Ask Janet. She will explain it to you. If I mention the hat, she'll tell you who that is. But I can let you know it's our president. If I say about Sleepy and Dopey, that should be no explanation needed. They was Sleepy and Dopey for 4 years, and I could have called them something else, but I did not. This is from Judy Bidington, Restored Republic, today, the 2nd of June, 2025. Can you believe we're in June already? We actually got a nice day today. That's why I'm in a tank top. The greatest global shift in human history is underway. All militaries at a DEFCON 1 level for the reset. RUSSIA puts nuclear force on high alert. Prepare for a worldwide blackout. A treaty signed by 209 nations was live for a global currency reset to gold asset-backed currencies, activating a financial warfare operation designed to destroy the cabal's control. The HATS Global Military Alliance has launched Operation Liberty. Shield over 20,000 elite forces. We're targeting the worldwide child, S blank X T blank 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 ING. Biometric experimentation network hitting beneath cities, hospitals, and military bases. Fill the world with love, because what the world needs now is love, love, love. That's the only thing we've been asking for, and it's the truth. We need plenty of love in our world, plenty of love, and plenty of communication. Remember, this isn't for me. This isn't for Mike. This isn't for Janet. Who else we have on? This isn't for David Duffy. David, our General Lee is here tonight. Good to see you, my friend. For some reason, your chat is not scrolling up to me, so I'm having to scroll it myself. Cindy is here. Cindy, how are you feeling? Are you doing better? I hope so. Cindy had surgery a while back, and she's been in all of our prayers. The hat is also located 8,000 S blank X, with the children out of the Obi Sleepy, 500,000 children who went missing at the border. The cabal BlackRock has been sued. I'm not going to read that. Some things I can read, some things I can't. And a lot of this tonight I can't. But a lot of this, what they have, I've already talked about. I've already talked to you about June 1st. Russia places nuclear forces on high alert. You know what I don't understand? And I want you guys' opinion if you want to get it. I might not see it because, like I said, my scrolling is not coming up. They keep talking about Russia and nuclear. They keep talking about others and nuclear. But we were told a while back that there's really no countries that have anything nuclear going for them right now. And it doesn't make any sense, but I think it's just a way to scare us. I think it's a way to keep us in the same way as the weather. I mean, We finally got a nice day. Today it's June. You know, it used to say April showers bring May flowers. It was too cold to bring flowers. This was the worst year I've ever had for my tulips. My other flowers, terrible, terrible this year because they just didn't have no sunlight and they was drowned by rain. It either rained. I actually thought there was some nights I'd leave Ron's house here at 10 o'clock at night and it was so cold. I thought if it rains tonight, it's going to snow in the end of May. Thinking like that. A lot of what Judy has to talk about today. And I do advise you to go in and look at Restored Republic, the reading part. That's all you have to do is Google it, say Restored Republic, give today's date, and say the reading part. That's all you have to do. And bring it up because there is a lot of good information. It's just that I like my show and I don't feel like getting kicked off. But here's some possible timings. Wolverine says 30th May. I have from very high sources that we begin this week. Friday 30th May, Simbond redemption's underway. Quietly, precisely, and every redeemed bond is fueling. You mean I've already read that. Truthfully, that big long thing that I read pretty much was Restored Republic today in a nutshell. Carolyn Bizette Kennedy on Telegram says that she said this on May 31st, 2025, that the EBS alert is imminent. She's saying a 72-hour media blackout was imminent, while 7,000 sealed indictments would be executed. Full disclosure would be broadcast, and elections fraud. Okay. Everything else about the EBS I've already read. I don't know where someone got what I read earlier, but it was very good because I'm telling you, everything that they're saying here in Judy, it's like they took Judy and put it into their own special package and put it there, and it was a lot easier for me to read than having to go back there. So what I'm saying, guys, is, and yes, I don't say this to just say it. I say it because I believe it. I really believe before the 15th of the month, we're all going to be very, very happy. I believe things are going to happen before then. Because I believe he's our president, our leader, is going to want us to have a little time to rejoice and prepare for what might be the greatest holiday ever, and that's the 4th of July this year. That's my opinion. I'm not basing this on anything that people have sent me, anything that I've been told. I'm basing this on my own personal opinion. I may be wrong, but I'm not telling you this because I want to make you happy. I'm telling you because this is my feelings. I don't have anybody that's high up. I have a family here that we're together. We talk, we discuss, and we go from there. With that, I'm going to say good night. As I said, if things go right, I'm going to do a little show tomorrow so my grandkids can be part of it at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to be part of it, come on. If not, it'll upload and you'll be able to watch it. And if you don't want to have anything to do with it, that's fine too. But I love kids, and when I seen the excitement my granddaughter had, and all I can say is I plan on doing it. I can't promise I am. I plan on it. So if you want to be part of it, come on. And for everyone, once again, Diane with 2 N's, happy birthday. And I hope you're having a great day, everyone else. Good night, God bless, and happy June.